must be the place has changed. Thank goodness you thought of a last line for that limerick. Let me see the pad for a moment. Did you get it down? Yeah. Boy, I thought Duneedon had his trap for sure. I think this last line is great, and it'll be... We haven't any time for that, Lynn. Duneedon knows we're here, and he'll be looking for us. Look, there's the book. You're right. Let's get back to Herbertville. How? I don't know, but there must be some way to get back. Here it is. It says Edward. And look, here at the bottom, it says change this to Eden. You and Sam were right. It must be Duneedon who's changing all the history books. But why? I don't know. But with this book, to prove our story, we can expose Duneedon and tell people the truth. Do you think they'll believe us?
Perhaps. But only if you can get back to Earth. And I'm going to see to it that you stay on Trialvaron forever.
Continuing their investigation on Trialvaron.
Trialvaron? Did they find a way to work the transporter? Wait a minute. You want me to believe they used a magic spell?
Correct. It was cast by a book character named Merlin the Magician, who visited through the transporter.
Another one? Just like the Queen of Hearts?
Correct.
And I miss them. Oh, well. I hope they get back soon. We have to have the next edition of our paper ready by 6 o'clock. Well, if we can have our second edition ready by tonight, Mr. Fasano will print it for free. He runs the big printing shop down on Main Street, and he thought our first edition was terrific. So when he saw me walking down the street with the filing cabinet, he stopped me and offered to print our paper for us. But today's the only day he can do it. But you can't keep us here forever.
And why not? You and that miserable newspaper of yours have been interfering with my carefully laid plans. I went to a lot of work to get elected mayor of Herbertville.
Why?
Because to get what I want, the history of Herbertville must be changed. Being mayor gives me access to all the town's records and books. It's a perfect cover. After all, who would suspect the mayor? But you two have discovered the truth. So I'm going to transport you to the planet of Maze. Where escape is impossible.
We won't go.
Then you will experience the power of Duneedon. Watch and learn about the place of change.
What happened? Everything is so big. Look, we're standing on a table.
Satisfied, my little friend? Soon I will have the same power on Earth. Then no one will be able to stop me. Transport myself down to the mayor's office and attend to official matters.
But you told us there was only one transporter, the one in the coach house.
How foolish to believe everything one is told. Now stand still while I transport you to the planet of Maze.
No, we won't. Run!
You can't get away from me. Come back at once.
Which way?
Now I've got you. You're trapped in space behind that door. You can't come back. Do you hear me? Trapped forever as long as the book is closed.
Let's see. What can we use in this week's history section? Hey, what's happening? Chris, Lynn, is that you? Where are we? Hey, we're back at the coach house. And we're the right size again. Will someone tell me what's going on? Hi, Sam. Are we glad to see you? We found it. The first edition. But then, Duneedon made us so tiny that we were trapped inside it. How'd you get us back? I didn't do anything. I was working on the history section, and I just opened this book when... That's it. Duneedon said we'd be trapped as long as the book was closed. But when you opened this book, which is almost the same, we were able to get out through the door. Right. We were able to read the first edition of this book. It says Edwards, just like we thought. Duneedon's the one who's changing the name to Eden. That's why he became mayor, so he could get to all the old records and books in the town hall and change them. But why? We're not sure, but it's got something to do with gaining special powers.
How did you arrive at this conclusion?
Well, when he made us small, he said, soon I will have the same power on Earth. That means he doesn't have it yet, but he's trying to get it. And when he does, we're in real trouble. There must be something we can do to stop him. But what? Who's going to believe us? Did you find out anything at Town Hall? Not much. I was only allowed to look at some of the records. In 1906, King's Manor was burnt down, and soon afterwards, the land was sold and the Edens moved away from Herbertville. That must mean the Edwards moved away from Herbertville. It all fits in. The Edwards left so long ago that nobody remembers them, and no one knows what Duneedon's been up to. And we can't prove anything without a copy of the first edition. Wait a minute. There must be some other old copies of the first edition in people's attics and places like that. Suppose we put a notice in our newspaper asking people to send them to us. We could say it was from the history section. Could we do it by 6 o'clock? 6 o'clock? Why? Because Mr. Pisano will print our paper for us on a real printing press if it's ready by 6. That's great. We'll never do it. We don't even know what we're putting in the paper yet. Sure we do. There's the front page story about Mr. O'Regan. And the answers to last week's puzzle. And the J-Tel ad. And, oh yes. Your interview with Counselor Blake. That should be enough to start with. Hey, where'd the filing cabinet come from? Oh, this? Well, it just turned up. Come on, Sam. Where'd you get it? Oh, Otto.
Remember, your deadline is 6 o'clock.
Sam, will you write the history section and the announcement about the Save the Park meeting? Okay. I don't mind doing the haiku poetry and the limerick, and I'll write about Merlin and do the next installment of the Duneedon Adventure. Thanks, Otto. Now let me see. The Duneedon Adventure Part 2. walked on Trail Run, the girls were confronted by a large wooden door. They went through the door. There was a tiger there. He leapt at them.
Your sentences are getting boring.
What do you mean, Zeta?
Remember, you are trying to interest your reader.
You mean like, as they went through the door, a tiger leapt at them.
That's better. You're improving. But adjectives and adverbs would help.
Okay. As they went through the creaking door, a fierce tiger leapt at them. What if they went through the door timidly? Crept fearfully would be better. And make the tiger roar. Okay, that's enough. The sentence now reads, as they crept fearfully through the creaking door, a fierce, roaring tiger leapt at them.
Excellent.
Hey, Chris, instead of a problem, why don't we get our readers to write something for a story? Great idea. We could also print the first line of a limerick, and they could write the rest. There was a something from a something. We haven't got time for such chatter. Thanks, Otto. That's a great first line. Congratulations, Otto. You've become a poet.